This is the it's the week, not the weekend, the Monday videos. Okay, so it's the zodiac readings for the beginning of the week, and we're going to see what messages we get from Spirit for all signs of the zodiac. I am doing something different today. I am drinking a cold coffee. Ice, like, I guess they call it iced coffee. It's just a cold coffee. It's caramel flavoured, I think. I only just recently got into it. I'm not sticking with it though. I'm not going to stick with it. But I just got into it the last couple of weeks because I find hot drinks can flare my skin up sometimes. So I sort of thought, well, why don't I get a cold coffee? It's more first thing in the morning, you know, like that first drink you have of the day. And I find that can flare my skin up. I don't know why, it's just when I first wake up, if I have a hot drink, for some reason it irritates my skin, if my skin gets too hot. So I thought, oh, why don't I get iced coffee, cold coffee? So I did that the last couple of weeks, and it is quite nice, but I'd rather just drink chocolate milk, so I'm going to start drinking chocolate milk in the morning. I know some of you might be like vegan or lactose intolerant, and I like oat milk and stuff like that, but I'm not vegan. Yeah, I actually eat chicken and fish, but I don't eat any other meat other than chicken or fish, so that's what my thing is. But anyway, that's me, really. That's what I'm doing, and I hope you're doing okay. I'm sending you so much love across Gaia. Thanks so much for supporting the channel and watching. I do, you know, appreciate it a lot, and I know you're part of my soul family. And I will say, I did a birth chart last week and a birth chart this week, and it is incredible how Spirit brings me people that I know are part of my soul family, and literally it's happening every time I do someone's birth chart. They have like at least one placement that's exact like the same as mine. So I do love you all, and I just feel like that is confirmation from Spirit how we are all linked energetically, you know. And I knew it anyway, because of when I see, like, when you book in, there's always either we've had a similar life, we've got similar zodiac, or you know, similar experiences, or even we look similar. Just crazy stuff like that. So yeah, I really do mean it, that I do love you all, and you know, it's really nice connecting with you and having you watch the channel. So if you want to book in for a tarot, you're welcome, and if you want to book in for a birth chart, you're welcome as well. And then, you know, next week I'm going to start doing a video in the week to talk about a topic to do with our awakening consciousness, because I've been wanting to do that for quite some time, but Spirit's been sort of holding me back from doing it. So, but I am going to start doing it next week. So Spirit's inspired me to start next week with that. So then that'll be nice, because it will be a bit more personal than just doing the tarot readings on the channel. And then hopefully I can share a bit more with you, you know, that might be quite nice. And then maybe I can talk a bit more about the birth charts and stuff, like why it's worth having it done. Everyone that I do it with gets so excited and happy that they've had their birth chart done, because they're like, oh my God, they just can't believe, you know, how it's just like exactly how they feel and what they're like, and can make it a lot more clear to them kind of how they need to approach certain things in their life once they know, yeah, this is me, this is the way I am. It's quite nice to have that confirmation, because sometimes it's just so confusing, like, who am I? It's the most confusing thing. So yeah, so we're going to go into the readings, and we're going to use this deck for the relationships, and I'm going to use this deck for what the message from Spirit is. So we're going to Taurus first, see what message we get for Monday and the week ahead. Oh, limbo. Seek clarity or mixed signals. Okay, so somebody you are connected with might be in a state of limbo and they're kind of waiting for something to happen. Equally, you could be waiting for a few things at this time, and it's like, why is Spirit doing that to you? To seek clarity, to get more clarity on your vibration, more clarity on who you are. Like I said, you know, that's what the birth chart's all about. And the more you, it gives you real concrete information about who you are, you know, and that can really help you connect to yourself. But obviously the ultimate truth is that we are, oh God, I just dropped it, that we are spirit, you know, we're the I am consciousness. That's the ultimate truth, and that's the ultimate place we want to get to. But it can be hard to access that I am presence if you're still in resistance to a lot of things to do with your own personality. Now, your personality is essentially your ego, but you have got your super ego, which is definitely false self stuff. Then you've got your kind of main ego, which is really more authentically you, and it can be hard accepting that, you know. And then once you can accept that more and be more at peace with who you are, then you're more able to access this I am presence, which is the true deep peace of self. So, you know, you're going through this whole period of tuning into yourself, and it's worth doing it for your long-term gain. Okay, you've got the High Priestess tuning into yourself for the long-term gain. You're also trusting. You're trying to trust more in the long-term process of your life. All right, things right here, right now might be in a state of limbo. You might be waiting. You might not have your life exactly how you want it right now. But, you know, with this High Priestess energy, you are now trying to trust that in the longer term, you are going to get, you know, everything sorted, you know, and you are. 10 of Pentacles. Long term looks good. But right now, you have to trust. You're having to use a lot of trust and faith. There is going to be some movement this week. You'll be glad to know. It's not going to be limbo all week. Look at that. You've got a Chariot, which is movement after a delay, and the Knight of Swords, which is very swift movement. Okay, so there is going to be movement. There is going to be progress this week. Let's actually pick a energy card here. See what message we get. Okay, will you wait for me? Interesting. So somebody's wondering if you're still waiting for them or connected to them in some way. Equally, you might be wondering, have you still got a connection with somebody? Are they still going to be around? You know, it feels like somebody's thinking about you, but also you could be thinking about somebody as well. Oh my goodness. Spirit's giving you the love and romance card. Some of you could definitely be finding that there is progress in your relationship zone over the next week. Some of you, this is actually to do with self-love, you know, and you're learning self-love for your long-term, you know, future. Because if you put in the work now, loving yourself, you know, I mean, it is work when, you know, in our soul family, I'll be honest, I don't think we have been natural at loving ourselves, you know, and I have to work at it every day, learning. Part of the process of self-love is how can you love yourself till you know who you are? So it's the journey of getting to know yourself as Spirit made you, and that's the highest honour we can do to Spirit. And Spirit is love, you see. So that's how we cultivate self-love, is through getting to know ourselves, and then that takes us closer to Source, and Source is love. And then, you know, all that work that we do on self-love is, for the long term, makes you a vibrational match for love. So there's a lot of work here Taurus is doing at the moment on self-love in this soul family. And it's brilliant because it is vibrationally aligning you to love for the longer term. You're going to gain a lot from all the work you're doing in terms of trying to trust more in the process of your life, you know, and it does look like this week things will pick up and there is going to be some progress for you. And it does look like there's somebody thinking about you and wondering what's going on with you, you know, and equally you might be thinking about somebody, knowing you've got so much going on and wondering, oh, I wonder when things pick up for me, whether I might see that person again or something might materialise there. So there's some interesting things happening, and I do feel like Spirit's been slowing you down lately. So, and maybe keeping you not stuck, but maybe a little bit sort of, because they've been trying to increase your level of faith, and they've been trying to increase your level of self-love, so that all vibrations within you get aligned, you know, because ultimately you've got this card here, love and romance for the future, and long-term more stability and happiness, yeah? So that is the message, Taurus. A week of progress. Sending you lots of love. Right, okay, so we're going to go into Virgo next. Virgo for Monday and the week ahead. If I look a bit pale, it is because I'm a bit tired. I'm a bit tired, to be honest. Oh dear. Thinking, you may be on somebody's mind. Somebody's thinking about you, Virgo. Somebody is thinking about you. And you may be thinking about someone as well, I think. Right. Taking your power back, yeah. And also learning to honour yourself. So you might have been giving your power away to other people. How do we do that? Sometimes we're too busy worrying about other people judging us, aren't we? You know, and that's giving our power away. It's not for other people to judge our lives. Even if they do, we don't need to concern ourselves with that. You know, it's about time to take your power back and know that you just need to focus on you. And you're building your life up in the right direction for yourself. And you might feel a bit fed up sometimes, like it's slow progress. Okay, but Spirit is saying that you will reap the rewards. Yeah, this week looks good. You know, it is a bit slow progress for you, but this week you will be receiving some excitement, okay? Because the Page of Cups represents excitement. Something nice happening, something that you feel joyful and excited about, and it could be something very simple, but it's like that love of fun coming back within you, and it's a blessing. You know, it's like, oh, I'm receiving a blessing this week, a small blessing, but it's a very nice blessing. And you know, you've got progress here, possibly receiving money from multiple sources, and progress in your life is happening 100%. Knight of Pentacles is a very good card to receive. It is slow progress, but it means very good progress. There's loyalty, there's commitment, and there's progress. Moving in the right direction is solid progress. And, you know, I know there's a slow energy here, Virgo, but it's slow, steady progress in the right direction. You know, you're learning to honour yourself, take your power back from other people, don't worry about their opinions, and you know, you're going to be receiving a blessing this week. I am listening to my guides. Somebody is listening to their spirit guides. It might not, this person may not see it as their spirit guides, it could just be their gut instincts or their intuitions. It's their higher self, isn't it? Their guides. But a lot of the time we know people, I know lots of people like that who do not consider themselves spiritual at all. But I know they receive guidance from spirit and they follow it. And they just do it intuitively, you know? And equally, you're doing the same. You're starting to really tune into your guides. And that's why I think you're pulling back from other people. You don't need other people's opinions, you know? Let's have a look what else Spirit's helping you with. Let's see. Oh, sovereignty. Yeah, knowing your worth, knowing your value. That's the thing. I think you do. I think you're really learning your worth and your value. And so, you know, and Spirit's helping you to learn your worth and your value. You know, you can live your life your way and be joyful in the things that you love and make your own path. And if your path is a bit slower or a bit different to other people, it doesn't matter, does it? You know, because it's your path. And Spirit's saying yes. Now, don't forget as well, somebody is thinking about you there. Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed that message, Virgo. We're going to go into Capricorn next. Let's see what we get for Capricorn. It's quite good, actually. That coffee's kind of waking me up. Give me a bit of a zing. I need it today. It's the end of the week. I'm recording this on the Friday, so I just need a bit of... I need a bit of rejuvenation. And I'm hormonal as well, to be honest with you, which is probably too much information, but that's the other reason I'm very pale. I look like a vampire-ish woman. Letting go is sometimes necessary. Yeah, I think that's it. It's about letting go of control, isn't it? Letting go of the expectations. You know, letting go of expecting or getting our hearts set on certain things, because we realise that does causes suffering. That's samsara. It's not, a wise man does not follow samsara. Does not cling or attach himself to expectations or objects or forms, you know. So you're doing something very wise at the moment, Capricorn. You're learning the art of letting go. And as they say, the more you let go, the more things tend to actually follow you. That's what Papaji used to say. Well, he got it from Saint Kabir. You know, let wisdom follow you. It's amazing. So you're doing something really amazing at the moment. You are making progress in the right direction. It may involve you working with other people, and that cooperation energy is helping you now to move forward. So there might be certain people you're working with on your life at the moment, and that's really, you're noticing things are starting to move forward a lot more nicely. And you're also figuring out the things that you may feel unpredictable about. You know, you might feel unpredictable about certain things. You may be acting a bit unpredictably and people might be a bit surprised. Or you may be choosing to depart certain things that you no longer resonate with. There could definitely be something you're sort of saying to yourself, you know, I really let go of this now, and it's actually super easy. I mean, it's amazing. I found it so hard to let go of attachment. Honestly, I did. And it's just incredible. I'm telling you now, it's so worth persevering with letting go of attachment, because you think you can never do it, and then one day you realise, oh my God, I'm so free, and it's amazing. And it could be an attachment to a person, or it could be an attachment to an idea you had in your head. But knowing yourself is the biggest step forward in that, I would say. So doing your birth chart with me, really getting to know yourself authentically, that's the key to letting go of attachment. And when you let go of attachment, that is honestly when everything starts to run after you. Perhaps not the things you thought that would run after you, but things do. Okay, let's see what else we're getting, Capricorn. Yeah, you've got options. You might have quite a bit of mind activity over the next few days about certain things that you're making decisions on. You've got the Justice card there, and there's different ways you can go. You know, you're sort of thinking, well, which way do I want to go? But I think you will be making some very balanced decisions, and you are choosing most likely to let go of a habit that you've had. And that could be to do with some sort of expectation, or always having expectations to outcomes or attachments. I don't know. Just because we've got this letting go card, all right? And you're being unpredictable. So I see you the next week really deciding to stop doing something, let go of something. And it's going to take you into a more favourable period of time in your life. You know, there's been somebody that's kind of tended to push you away, which may have upset you somewhat. But equally, you may be starting to realise that you I hate to say this, maybe are a bit like that too. You might want to slap me for saying that. I do have Capricorn in my chart, and my mum's a Capricorn. Okay, so I'm your sister from another mister, and you know, yeah, we can do it sometimes, and perhaps sometimes we have blind spots. That isn't it funny how we seem to want the people that don't want us, and the people that do want us we tend to push away. You know, not just romantically speaking, but you know, friends or family or people like that. Someone was pushing you away, but deep down you're realising, oh, maybe I was pushing certain people away as well. So yes, Capricorn's going through a lot of changes at the moment, a lot of realisations, and you're going to be making some decisions about whatever it is you now want to let go of, and you're making a good headway with that. And Spirit is helping you with your prosperity levels, which is very nice. So, and that, I mean, 3 of Pentacles can be moving towards prosperity as well. Good progress for you. And if there's any legal documents or contracts or decisions that need to be made, certain things could happen this week in terms of that. So I hope that is a nice reading for you, Capricorn. Sending you lots of love. Let's go into Aquarius. I'm trying to whiz through these today because I'm expecting a phone call, to be honest with you. And I'm really hoping the person doesn't call me right in the middle of this video. We'll see. Okay, Aquarius, chemistry. Embrace a mutual attraction. Didn't you have something like this for the weekend? I feel like there was something to do with romance or something like that for Aquarius. There is chemistry between you and another person or situation, okay? Sometimes chemistry can be about, obviously, you know, the vibration we're sending out and we're attracting an opportunity. You've been solitary, which has been very wise, actually. It's been a very wise action for you to be so solitary, but that's kind of going to be changing. There's going to be some movement the next week, and there could be communications going backwards and forth. Something's ramping up here for Aquarius over the next week. It's the beginning of a new emotionally fulfilling chapter for you. So that's really good, isn't it? Ace of Cups. Okay. And it's all to do with your truth. All right. So there's going to be some changes. There's going to be some really big changes for you. But those changes are actually going to make you happy. But certain things will need to change. Okay. It's going to be pretty big. And it's going to be pretty swift. And I think you've been waiting for this for a while as well. Now, somebody connected to you is affected by cosmic and collective energies. Okay? And equally, you might think this person, God, they're so bloody sensitive. But when you really look in the mirror, you know that you are a mirror to them, and that you're equally as, you know, like, what do I say? Sensitive. You know, it's funny, isn't it? You know, if someone's driving you crazy because they're so overreactive or so sensitive, it's just a mirror. It's just like Spirit is trying to say, you know, once you can accept how very sensitive or reactive you are, then it's easier to accept it in other people. Oh, you've got the card prosperity as well. Okay, so Spirit's bringing you prosperity. There's going to be movement. There's going to be emotional fulfillment here. You know, Aquarius, you're starting to walk in your truth, and you're going to be feeling a lot more happier because of it. There will be some big changes that need to start happening, but I feel like you are attracting this, and I also feel like Spirit is saying it's time for you to receive. So it's all going to start happening, and it is something to do with your sensitivities, and there's somebody connected to you that might be going through quite a similar journey, actually, I feel. So I'm sending you lots of love, okay? Right, we're going to go into Gemini next. Gemini for Monday and the week ahead. Gemini, what is going on? Let's see. Mistakes. We all make mistakes. I don't know. I feel like this was sort of a similar vein in the last reading. You know, you may feel like, oh God, you know, I went wild for a time or I went off path. I didn't handle things the way I should have done. Don't worry about it now. I mean, reflecting on the past is literally pointless. Cancel, clear, delete. Don't even waste 1 second of your time thinking about the past, because it's gone, you know, and you can only live your past according to your level of consciousness and your level of awareness. So don't worry, Spirit is just telling you not to worry. There is karmic patterns you're breaking. There is probably contracts, documents or decisions that you're going through making, and it's probably making you feel very tired. You know, you're trying to address things, basically, right? Gemini, you're trying to address things in your life, and it's kind of like a bit of a burden weighing you down at the moment, because it's kind of like not just one thing, it's like multiple, and it is tiring. But Spirit's saying it's worth you doing this, and you know, you're going to come out the other side and get things sorted quite soon. All right. There might be something you need to stop doing because it's kind of draining your energy and it's not really worth your while. And that could even just be as simple as overthinking things. I don't know. There could be something else that you're doing that you could kind of like stop bothering with, really. But overall, yeah, you're feeling a bit weighed down by the amount of, you know, things you're having to deal with at the moment, all right? And it is probably where you're trying to reconfigure things after knowing that you kind of went down a wrong path, or you didn't deal with something the way you wish you had. But now I think you're in the process of dealing with it in the correct way that is right for you. And it's a bit tiring, but you are going to be successful this week. There's some success here, and you're starting to get recognised for, you know, who you really are and stuff, and you're starting to get recognised for how well you're doing, okay? There's still a sense of waiting for certain things, but it's all about what's inside you, okay? It's all about you connecting to this world which is inside you, okay? Your world. Keep connecting to that, because you are doing well. I can see here, especially from the last reading I did for Gemini, it's not straightforward for Gemini at the moment. It feels like quite hard work, but then at the same time, I do feel like you're starting to get some good results. Somebody connected to you kind of wants to lead, okay, or they want to be in charge. But then remember that could be a mirror to you, that sometimes your ego tries to do that as well. And Spirit's just trying to show that, because ultimately none of us are really in control of this life. Okay, all we can do is just tune into our truth and cultivate that truth, and really sort of pay attention to that truth, because that does help the flow from Spirit. But aside from that, we can't really control anything from happening, can we? Because it is down to Spirit when things happen. I do think you're at the end of quite a long, hard road here. And it's going to be worth it. But you just need to keep tuning into your truth anyway, you know? Don't get distracted by things. Just keep tuning into your truth. That's what the cards are saying. And if you do that, you're going to do well. And Spirit is helping you with magic and miracles. So that's really cool, isn't it? That's really cool. Magic and miracles. So it's turning things around. And it's bloody hard work, isn't it? Turning things around. You know, you do. You feel tired. You feel a bit tired at the moment and a bit burdened. And especially because I think you're getting recognition, but there's still a sense of having to wait for certain things. But Spirit's supporting you with magic and miracles. So hang in there and keep cultivating your truth. And, you know, you might be surprised that obviously some things are actually starting to fall into place. Yeah. So, well done. Okay, you got my love, Gemini. Let's go into Libra. Okay, let's see what we get for Libra. Libra for Monday and a week ahead. Let's see what we get for you. Libra. Wish. Make a wish. Now that's good, because I am talking about that a bit at the moment, and it's something Spirit was talking to me about the other night. It's not so much about manifesting, but, you know, if we're a clear, open vessel, we're not scared, and we don't have fear, and we don't have negativity, we can tap into the natural impulse that's coming from Spirit and how Spirit wants to express itself through us. So making a wish is a really good thing. You know, keeping in the vibration of being able to make a wish, you know, because a lot of the time, the wishes that you have are actually exactly what Spirit wants to create through you anyway. Okay, so that's why manifestations, it's not really coming through the human ego, it's actually just what Spirit wants to create. So it does feel, Libra, like you're actually tuning into Spirit quite nicely. And you're starting to sense what Spirit wants to, how it wants to create through you and what it wants to create through you. And maybe in the past that wasn't so clear. I know it wasn't for me. I didn't have a freaking clue. I was getting all confused. But this is all a journey of love. I mean, you're at the beginning of you're at the beginning of a journey now where you well and truly arrive in your life and really are supporting yourself in the most beautiful way. You've got the Ace of Cups to the Knight of Cups. You're helping yourself. You're helping yourself, and you're doing it. You're just being so emotionally and spiritually true to yourself, and it's beautiful. You could be receiving support. You could definitely be receiving a wish fulfilled. You have got the Queen of Cups as well, which is about tuning into yourself, and I think it's all about how you honor yourself, you know, honoring yourself. This is about dishonor, you know, not honoring yourself, taking your power back, but sometimes doing it in the wrong way. And with the Queen of Cups, it's like realizing, you know, you need to be more graceful in how you do things, more sensitive in how you do things, and realizing I can't rely on other people's opinions or you know, give my power away to other people anymore. I've got to be in my power. Do you know what I mean? There's so much gentle, sensitive energy here, and I think you're just done. You're not going to dishonor yourself anymore. You're really like beautiful here, Libra. And so you're not worrying about other people's opinions anymore. You're putting a stop to that. You know you have to be your true sensitive self, and you're okay with that. You're not frightened anymore. Somebody is saying that they need to have more fun, you know, and that is a mirror to you, isn't it? About you having more fun as well. I feel like a wish fulfilled is very close to Libra in the soul family at this time. So that's nice. Oh God, this love and romance card's already come out once today. Or twice, I think. Love and romance. You are. You are moving into the vibration of love. I mean, the Queen of Cups and, you know, the Queen of Cups is like the Queen of Hearts. You know, the cup is love, the heart chakra, and the Ace of Cups. So what can we say? I mean, this is honestly the best reason I've seen for Libra for ages. You just understanding yourself and loving yourself instead of freaking trying to help everybody else all the time and freaking put everyone else first and also worry about their opinions. You're just loving you, and you're finally being sensitive to yourself, and you're pulling your power back, pulling your energy back, and Spirit is helping you to love yourself. I think this week you might get provided with some help or a wish fulfilled. You could start noticing people being more caring towards you this week. So that would be nice as well. Okay, so we're going to go into Leo next. Okay, Leo for Monday and the week ahead. Forgive. The act of forgiveness releases tension. Oh, dear. Yes. Moving forward. Yeah, you're just moving forwards. It's easy. It's easy to forgive the past, isn't it? When you're just on your trajectory, you're on your journey. So it's easier to just forgive the past and be at peace with it, really. And maybe you're getting information through now from spirit. It could be in any sort of form, but information could be being revealed to you at this time that is helping you understand certain things that you didn't really understand in the past, and now you're starting to understand it. It's explaining a lot to you, and that makes it easy to forgive the past as well, doesn't it? You know, because maybe it wasn't really anybody's fault. You know, you're making some great progress, and you might be departing something over the next week. You might be appear unpredictable to people. They might not really know what you're up to, but you know what you're up to, and there will be a couple of other people that know what you're up to. Spirit knows what you're up to, and you are working with a couple of people, I think, to do with something that is going to really help your progress, and you're just turning your back on certain things that you no longer resonate with, or that isn't healthy for you, you know. And you're making really good decisions. It is quite tiring because you're having to be really responsible. You're having to be really honest, and you're having to be really responsible, which might feel quite tiring. But it's all to do with you having a new start. So it's going to be worth your while, you know. Somebody is sorry. That's interesting. And like I said, you might be a bit sorry as well. You know, someone does probably feel like they need forgiveness from you, but equally, I think you're learning to forgive. And I think although someone might be sorry for the things they did, maybe you're a bit sorry as well. It is interesting because as we mature, which is what I can see is happening here for Leo, as we mature, we do make a lot of realizations, don't we, about kind of how we maybe obstructed ourselves. You know, we might have obstructed ourselves, but you're making great progress now, and it does look like you're getting some help from other people to do that, and it's much clearer to you now the direction you're gonna go in. And I would say you're really starting to make things happen, you know, real progress this week. And Spirit is getting you to be playful. They do want you to be playful as well, because there's quite a lot of heavy energy here. There's a hell of a lot of you healing the past and now really making things happen to move forward, and it is quite tiring. And they're sort of saying, look, you know, try to be playful with it, because if you're being in your true self, like all of our true selves really are quite playful, you know, that's the inner child, that's our core energy. I think it will be more easy for you to be playful, because I do see Leo realigning your life in a way that is much more better for you, and it enables you to have more space to play, you know. So that's the reading. So we're going to go into Aries. Let's do Aries for Monday and the week ahead, okay? Expectations. Have realistic expectations. All right, so that is difficult because I don't think the ego expectation comes from the ego. And oh, the ego is never realistic. Not really. The ego just wants what it wants, you know. But, all right, so you are trying to work on that, and you're trying to surrender your expectations and just be more open to what spirit decides. You know, you're actually moving forward very nicely, and you are feeling happier this week because you do realise you have got resources, and you are actually learning to be happier in yourself, a lot happier in yourself, and not relying on other people for anything. You know, you're actually really making positive progress the next week. It is there is some nervousness that you may have with the Fool card, but at the same time you're ready, you're mature now. You're going to make things happen. King of Wands, you know. You're being honest, you're being responsible, you're doing the right things. You are mature, right? So you're ready to make things happen now. You're ready to move on from the past, and you're ready to make a more happy life for yourself. And you're ready to start something new that's going to help you in the long run, you know. Somebody's spirit guides or their higher self is trying to reach you at this time. Okay, my higher self is trying to reach you. And I think equally your spirit is trying to reach somebody as well. So there is a connection, and it is about the expectations we have of each other, isn't it? Needing to be realistic and just calming those waters, really. Calming those waters, because the calmer we are, the more we surrender to spirit, the more space we give, the closer spirit can get to us to help, and the more can actually be achieved. It's crazy, but it is, the less we do, the less effort we make, the more progress can actually happen when it comes to relationships, you know. There is a lot happening here, a lot of positivity. I think you're starting something new this week, a new path, because you do want to say goodbye to the old path that you were on. You know you want to be happier in yourself, and you're starting to learn to be happier in yourself, and you're doing a much better job at that. And this week, you're really going to start making things happen. Even though you might be a bit nervous, you know it's the right thing to do. Oh my God, this card keeps coming out again and again. Love and romance. I will show it to you because it is just such a lovely card. There must be something to do with our soul family this week. You know, coming into the more self-love. You know, you're loving yourself more, and you're doing the right things for yourself. You're focusing on your path rather than having expectations of other people. You know, rather than saying, oh, I need you to do this for me so I can be happy. I used to be like that. It's actually, oh, okay, I give you space. I do me. I learn how to make myself happy. I become a vibrational match for love. You know, amazing. And I don't have expectations, but I'm just giving out a much more solid vibration. So you're really making things happen this week, Aries. And you are doing the, Spirit is definitely saying you're doing the right thing. Okay, so that's confirmation for you, I hope. Let's go into Sagittarius. Denial. See the truth in the situation. Okay, so there could be somebody connected to you that's still a little bit in denial. But equally, you're realising that maybe you hadn't seen things completely clearly. You know, it's hard. I mean, it's all to do with our level of consciousness. So we don't purposefully be in denial. But if our level of consciousness is a little bit low, we don't see clearly, you know. Now you are starting to see clearly, and this week you are coming alive again, and you are starting to discover excitement and joy again in yourself, and it's leading you to have a really big breakthrough. You're caring for your inner child, you know, and it is a big breakthrough for you here. You are progressing very nicely towards abundance. You're going to be receiving more resources or money. Yeah, and it could be from multiple sources that you receive money, but you will be receiving some kind of blessing after a certain realization you're having about how to look after yourself. Okay, so looking after yourself leads to a realization that will help you to receive more blessings in your life because of the fact that you're committed to this path. And it might be slightly slow. It's a slow path. It's a gradual path, but you are committed to this path and you are going to receive. And it is to do with the breakthrough about loving yourself, particularly, I would say, the inner child part of you. Somebody is saying, I'm going to tell you how I feel, okay? And equally, you probably have got now some things that you want to express to somebody, and you can feel that coming through clearer and clearer, what you need to communicate. So I do see you probably communicating with somebody over the next week, and basically having the courage to be in your truth and communicate things that are very important to you. Your spirit guides are helping you with your self-worth, your sovereignty. So they're really helping you to stand in your power. But you are having a massive breakthrough and such clarity at this time in terms of how you see yourself. And that's helping you be much more committed to your journey. And you're going to be receiving. And it's like Spirit is saying you are of value. You are of value and you will receive now at this time. Okay? So I'm excited for you for this to happen. Oh, right, let's go into Scorpio. I'm waiting for a call. I'm thinking I've only got 3 left, so hopefully they don't call me while I'm doing it. Right, Scorpio. Happiness. Oh, this is nice. Happiness. Unlock the doors to happiness. Lovely. That is nice for Scorpio because you're very deep, Scorpio, and I think Scorpio does have a lot of happiness. It depends, obviously, where Scorpio is in your chart. I just want to point that out. Yeah, Scorpio likes to be happy, but obviously you can be very emotional, you know. Now, you're starting to realise a lot of the burdens that you were carrying, okay? And you were carrying too many burdens, and you were doing things that weren't helpful for yourself, all right? And that's what you're realising over the next week. You're realising all of the things that you've been doing that weren't helpful to yourself at all. My God, you've got the Empress and the Hierophant. You are really surrendering to the path that Spirit sees you to take, okay? There is definitely a path here that Spirit, the Guru, whoever you follow, they see a path for you, and you are committed and you are accepting of this path, okay? And you're basically stepping up, Scorpio. You're stepping up to basically, you know, being rational about what you need to do, and also, you know, making good judgments, okay, about what you need to do. You've realised a lot of things you were doing weren't helpful to yourself, and now you're surrendering and accepting the unknown, and you are definitely, you know, making sort of decisions, rational decisions that make sense. Sorry, hang on, let me just, I don't often look at this, but I'm just gonna, you are, honestly, you're actually, by surrendering, you are, and also accepting, okay, so you're accepting yourself, and that is actually starting to really make things happen. You are starting to make things happen because you've accepted yourself finally. And you couldn't make certain things happen until you accepted yourself and until you could actually see what you were doing that wasn't helpful for yourself. I hope that makes sense. Because I just realised this is actually the Emperor. I said it was the Hierophant, but it is actually the Emperor, okay? So, you know, you've got the Emperor and the Empress. You're coming into balance. You're coming into a much better balance as a person. And you're realising now what you need to do. Because you have definitely gone through a huge awakening lately. And it's all to do with accepting yourself. And because how can we make the right choices and decisions and make our life move forward when we basically are doing loads of stuff that isn't helpful to ourselves and we're really just not accepting ourselves? You see what I mean? Oh yeah, look, somebody's head hasn't been clear enough to make a decision, and equally your head the same. So you've been mirroring somebody in your life, and you probably were watching them go through a hard time and they weren't making decisions and they seemed very stuck, and the same thing was happening with you. But that's no longer the case. You're on the path to happiness now because you've realised so much. You're dropping all the things that you know weren't helpful to yourself. You're accepting yourself, your true self, and now it's very obvious to you the things that you need to be getting on and doing. So, you know, you're being logical. It's good, isn't it? It's going to make you much more happier, and it's also going to make you much more peaceful. Look at that, peace. So, Scorpio, I'm sending you lots of love because I can see there is a lot of balance here. You're becoming more balanced. And you're going to be going, my God, my life is finally moving forward after it felt like it was very stagnant for quite some time. Okay? Yay. Yay, I'm happy for you. Right, Pisces. Let's see what we get for Pisces. For Monday and the week ahead. Oh, you've got happiness as well. If you've got Scorpio in your chart, you might want to watch that reading. Happiness. Okay, so you're on the path to happiness. How lovely. And somebody you know also, by the way, I want to say, is also on the path to happiness. All right, there's been certain things that have really disappointed you lately, and you could have been grieving. You could have even thought, Jesus, I'm on a slippery slope here. A slippery slope. And you know what I mean by that. But lo and behold, there's two opportunities here, two things going on that are really good, and there's a nice bridge in front of you ahead. Spirit is saying, you know, things are actually going to get a lot easier. And this week, you're kind of going to be realising, oh my God, what a turnaround. What a turnaround from being extremely bleak lately to, whoa, like I'm actually starting to realise I'm starting to get much more fulfilled. This is crazy. The turnaround is ridiculous. Very happy for you there, Pisces. You know, it's like celebrating after a struggle. And there might have been 5 different people you've been dealing with, or 5 different areas of your life or situations that have needed dealing with, because you've got the 5 of Wands. It's been a real freaking struggle, and there might still be a few struggles going on for you this week, but at the same time, you are going to be celebrating. I'm telling you now, I can see in these cards that there is a massive turnaround happening this week for Pisces in this soul family. You know, and it's just a breakthrough as well, because I don't think you're conflicted anymore. I think you are finally like expressing your joy. You've found your joy and you're ready to progress with it. Now, there has been somebody in your vicinity, okay, connected to you that has been sort of saying, leave me alone, leave me alone. But equally, you know, you've been doing the same. So you're sort of mirrors to each other there. But now, you know, you're both finding happiness, okay? Let's see what else we're getting from Spirit. How else is Spirit helping Pisces? Oh, knowing your value and your worth. This card keeps coming out as well. It does make me laugh. The cards, they keep coming out again and again the same. Sovereignty. I'll pick you another card. They're getting you to understand your value and your worth. Okay. So that's where the breakthrough is, really. And oh, look, they're helping you embrace your sensitivity. How beautiful. You do deserve, you are valuable. Just because you're sensitive, you can be happy. And you are going to be happy. And this week's a massive turnaround. And you're going to be celebrating, feeling more joyful among all the struggles you're going through. You know, and somebody the same. All right, Pisces, so it's a lovely reading. Yay. Yay. Right, let's go into Cancer then. Cancer for Monday and the week ahead. It's 2 o'clock. So thank goodness I've finished this, hopefully. And then my lady will hopefully call. Okay, this is for Cancer. Infinity, your love is timeless. You know, if you feel like you can't channel love through yourself, you're just wrong. Because you can. Because, you know, the love is always there. The only reason we sometimes don't feel it is because we've got confused over who we are. And basically what's happening is the superego is obstructing us from that love. And if you do feel confused, book in with me for a birth chart reading, because that does clear it up. You have to have clarity over how Spirit has made you. And once you get that clarity, you access love instantly. Because you understand who you are and you understand what you value and you understand your true opinions, you see. And it's the superego that confuses us. That's our critical inner parent. And it's always telling us the opposite of who we actually are. And we get so confused because we think that is us. And that is what obstructs our love for others. And it also obstructs our love for ourselves. Okay? So Spirit is saying to you, Cancer, this week, you're starting to connect with yourself and access the love. And you'll probably notice how much more loving you're being to others. So much more loving. But like I said, if you're finding that hard for some reason, and if there's somebody that you're finding really difficult to manage or cope with, just book in with me. You know, because we can get to the root of it. Because it's when you're feeling resistance to somebody or you're feeling resistance to something in your life, it is always about your own energy and that you're confused over your own energy. And I can guarantee you of it. Because I've done it myself. Even in the last couple of weeks, I was doing it about something and it was frustrating the hell out of me. And I was thinking, why do I feel such resistance? And I was sure it was not about me, but yeah, it was about me. Once I connected to something inside myself, I was like, oh yeah, I get it now. It's so funny. So a lot of connections you're making to yourself at the moment, Cancer. You really are overcoming a lot of challenges and you're getting a much better vision for your life. And you're getting clarity. You are having to be quite, not brutal, but you're having to be very determined at the moment. Okay, because it is challenging. Let me just have a look at this. Sorry, there's some cards that for some reason sometimes slip my mind, and that's why I decided to start making my book up. Yeah, it's just challenging. Okay, challenging, but you are getting more and more clarity over how to deal with the challenges. You're getting more expertise. to deal with these challenges. And I'm telling you now, nothing is going to get in your way. You're accepting yourself, and you are accepting what you need to do. You're accepting yourself, you're accepting the unknown, and you are knowing now basically exactly what you need to do going forward. You're being logical and rational, okay? You're being more balanced as well. More balanced, Empress and the Emperor. If you've got Pisces in your chart, those two cards came out, I think. Or it could have been Scorpio. Sorry, I don't know. It's either Pisces or Scorpio. But anyway, you know, as the week goes on, you'll notice yourself becoming more balanced, and I think by the end of the week, you're gonna know exactly what you need to do. All right, and you're being rational about things. You're being more balanced about things, because it's not been easy. I'd say there's been a lot of challenges you've had to deal with lately, but Spirit's been just, I think you're ready, honestly. I think you're facing challenges and overcoming difficulties that you probably never thought you could, but you're finally doing it. And you're accepting it with such grace. You're accepting it with such surrender, and basically Spirit is blessing you. And this week, I think Spirit is allowing you to finally move forward with certain things, or make things happen. Somebody is sorry for what they said, okay? Somebody is sorry for the way they treated you. But equally, I think you're sorry for maybe some of the things that you did, and you realise now you probably didn't do things in the way you wish you had, because the Queen of Swords does tend to have a few regrets, okay? But it doesn't matter. Don't hold on to the regrets, because the past is the past, and you could only do what you could do at the time because of your level of consciousness. That wasn't your fault. I do listen to what you say, and I try to find a solution within myself. So there's somebody that's trying to find solutions in themselves and heal themselves, and again, they're a mirror to you. You're trying to learn from the relationship, you're trying to learn from the situation, you're trying to find solutions. And I think this week is going to be a week where you do find a solution, and you're actually able to take action on that solution. And you're going to really go for it, So, and it's all to do with your self-love, that Infinity card. Your love is timeless. Spirit loves you. There's probably somebody that does love you, actually. And also you are accessing your source. It's empowering you. You're much more empowered this week. Things are starting to open up for you this week after a lot of... It's like you've been through a series of challenges, and then this week things really start to begin. Things really start to open up for you. And you're dealing with things in a more balanced way. And Spirit is bringing you laughter. Spirit probably knows that you do need to be happy. And Spirit wants you to be happy again. And I think Spirit is blessing you, because you've really, really been accepting so much. And you really, really have been trying to trust more, and you've been really trying to get clarity as well. You've been working so hard to overcome challenges and get clarity. So I think Spirit is blessing you this week with more happiness, and saying, right, okay, we're going to let something start proceeding for you now, and you'll see a positive improvement with someone around you as well, I think, this week. So I'm sending you lots of love and peace, and I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you want to book in, you can just contact me for a tarot or a birth chart. And thanks for subscribing. Thanks for liking the video. And I'm sending you lots of love across Gaia, wherever you are. Peace.